People who adopted, do you regret not having a bio child? Life gave me literally no choice but to adopt. I was 27 when my sister showed up at my door, hammered, smelling like hard liquor, holding this tiny little girl in a hospital blanket. This was the first time I'd seen my sister in over a year. We weren't even close. I have no idea why she came to me to foster her child, but she did. She told me she can't be a mother in her current state and handed the baby over to me without another word. Then she got in the cab that she came here in and drove off. I just stood there, shocked. The worst part was that I had told my sister so many times I never wanted to be a dad, and that had never changed. But what could I do? I just took the baby in. I named her Zoe, figured a nice name would go far. I never expected to bond much with her, but before I knew it, I found myself reading her stories, playing with her, acting like a dad. I raised her on my own, and as my own. Zoe grew up kind and sharp, with this wild curiosity and a weird obsession with marine biology. She called me dad before she was even 2. I never told her not to. That's why it hurt so much. Because for 10 years, I gave her everything I could. She was mine. At least it felt that way. I never officially adopted her, but that was supposed to happen eventually. Until one day, out of nowhere, my sister called. I hadn't heard her voice in 10 years. She said she was sober, married now, working at a vet clinic. She said she wanted to see her daughter. Her voice was too calm, like she'd just gone on a long vacation and wanted to pick up where she left off. I stood there in my kitchen, staring at the wall while the pasta boiled over. All I could say was, "You're really doing this now?" She told me she was coming in 2 weeks, said it was time to honor the promise I made 10 years ago. The promise that I'd only keep Zoe until she got her life together. I never made that promise. She never even said a word before dumping Zoe. Either way, I didn't sleep much after that. I kept looking at Zoe and wondering if I was doing the right thing by keeping the truth from her. I had never told her. Eventually, I sat her down at the table, hands shaking, and told her everything. That I wasn't her biological dad, that I was her uncle, that her real mom was coming to visit. She didn't cry at first. She just stared at me. Then her eyes went hard. I tried to explain that I hadn't lied out of malice, that I just wanted to protect her, that none of this changed how I felt about her. But she didn't say a word. She got up, slammed her door, and didn't speak to me for 2 days. She cried a lot during this time, but if I tried comforting her, she'd just push me away. It was hard. And what made it even harder was when her mom arrived. I barely recognized her at first. She was clean, polished, polite. She brought photo albums and old baby clothes, trying to show Zoe some kind of history. Zoe didn't want anything to do with her. But then I noticed the shift. They began staying up together. Zoe started asking more and more questions. They began hanging out, but only when I wasn't looking, almost as if they were afraid of me. And then came the gifts. A new necklace Zoe didn't have before. A new hoodie. A pair of earrings Zoe swore a friend gave her. I remember following Zoe after school once where I saw her and my sister sitting on a park bench. My sister was handing her a Starbucks drink, like they did it all the time. I didn't interfere there and then, but I confronted my sister that night, and she didn't deny the fact she was trying to take Zoe. She said, "You don't have legal custody. I already filed to get her back." I nearly dropped the mug in my hand. She said it in a tone like it was a business transaction, like I was just holding her package for her. I went to a lawyer the next morning, and he confirmed the worst. I had no legal standing, no adoption papers, no parental rights. 10 years of raising her, but in the eyes of the law, I was just a babysitter. And so that same night, my sister and I fought. It got loud and ugly. 10 years of resentment exploded in my kitchen. I screamed that she left because she couldn't be a mother, gave her kid to me when she knew damn well I never wanted kids. And now that I love Zoe like my own, she was trying to take her. And that's when, right as I was yelling about how I never wanted kids, Zoe walked in. She heard everything, and she just stared at me. "You don't like me?" she asked, her eyes filling with tears. Me and my sister instantly stopped fighting, but it was too late. Because right as we did, Zoe bolted out the door. We both chased her, calling her name down the street, but she was gone. We called the police, instantly informing them what was happening. We began searching parks and stores and the library. Hours passed. My throat was raw from shouting. I was crying. My sister was crying. It seemed like for those hours, we didn't care who became her parent. We both just wanted her back. I couldn't tell you what happened next here. The full story is on my channel and linked below.